What should we say to the Palestinians living under occupation, and what is AIPAC saying to them?
Well, they're living under occupation primarily because that's what they've chosen. In other words, they've had an opportunity to have their own state, should they want that. Their leaders, half of them are corrupt. Half of them, when Yasser Arafat died, they found millions and billions of dollars stashed away. The wealth of the OPEC communities is never really, started to help them out. I mean, they're not living under occupation because of the Israelis. They're living under occupation because of themselves and their brethren.
We already won. We have the state and they don't, and they're arguing for something that is never really going to happen. And even if it does happen, they're arguing, they're so violent and they're so radical. They support Iran, they support Ahmadinejad. He wants to destroy the USA, he wants to destroy Israel, he wants to destroy the only democracy in the Middle East. And they're just so radical, their views are so clouded that it's almost sad to see what they're doing.
So Israel get to keep some of the settlements then?
Exactly.
You're
Trade. They're going to do a trade with the Pakistanis back and forth until they've reached an agreement. Hopefully, if peace is something that's able.
What do you think they'll trade with Pakistan?
I don't know. I really don't know.
So what do you think the message should be from AIPAC and from American Jews to the Palestinians living under occupation?
Well, that's a loaded question. I don't believe they're living under occupation. That's a loaded question, and I won't answer that.
Sorry, I don't know how to phrase it, but what do you...
I'm responding to your phraseology, and I will not comment on that.
Why do you think
I don't think it's under occupation, as you put it. That's a negative way of putting it.
What do you hope to hear from Netanyahu?
What do I hope to hear? I hope that he stays strong in his beliefs and that he keeps Israel safe and really doesn't back down from any of what he's already said that he plans to do. But I hope there is a peace talk and that they both find mutual agreements.
And what do you think he can tell the Pakistanis living under occupation?
I really do. I won't go there.
I'm a student body president.
Why do you come to AIPAC? They flew you out here?
I came to AIPAC to learn more about the U.S. and Israeli relationship and how to improve it.
But isn't it true they fly student presidents out, especially like African-American student presidents out?
That's not true, no.
So how did you come out here? You just came out on your own?
No, I was flew out, and the conference was paid for me. It was sponsored by someone, but it's not true that they fly African-Americans. No, that's not true.
What have you learned since you've been at the conference?
I learned that the U.S. and Israel needs a stronger relationship, and it's a relationship that's unbreakable and that will do well to keep that relationship strong.
Arabs in Israel have a higher standard of living than anywhere else in the Middle East. Let's just get a gun out and shoot each other now, because we're not going to be able to compensate that. We did you guys harm. There's no question about it. And we did it in defense of our lives. We're not going to go and walk out of the gas chambers and not have a place to live. You have to understand that. If you can't accept that, there will never be peace, unfortunately.
We were just sat in a meeting talking about what's going on in the West Bank. The economy grew 9%. You don't hear that in the news. And people are doing much better there, as opposed to Hamas in the Gaza, where people are starving and people are...
Isn't the Gaza Strip under Israeli siege, though?
No, it's not under Israeli siege. There are two borders. One is Egypt and one is Israel. And the Gaza Strip is building 5-star diamond hotels there. And most of the goods that are going through now, except for weapons, that's all. Israel has every right to defend herself.
No. Palestine, see, what we call Palestinians, what you call Palestinians, we call terrorists. Hamas. No, not Palestinian people. No, what you call, Hamas. We're trying to kill Hamas.
So if missiles stopped and there wasn't any terrorism, you would have peace there.
Do you think the Israeli missiles into Gaza should stop?
There's no Israeli missiles going into Gaza.
What about artillery shells?
There's no artillery shells unless somebody... You cannot equate moral equivalence between a guy shooting you and somebody shooting back.
Seconds ago you said, correct me if I'm wrong, that the land of Israel or that Palestinian area belongs to you, right? Okay, now I suppose you would also say that California, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona belong to Mexico.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, now I want you guys to, why are you guys fighting for Palestine in that case? Go fight for Mexico.
Israel is not technically occupying land per Geneva Convention, as I understand it, but it's up to the Israelis and the Palestinians to establish peace together.
How come I keep hearing that from people, that there is no occupation?
When Israel was founded, 6 or 7 Arab states invaded and wanted to wipe them out. So the onus is on the Arabs to prove that they're genuine about establishing peace.
I'm getting very interesting reactions to my sign, Recovering Zionists, which has kind of jogged people's minds a little bit. They kind of have to look at it twice. I have to say, quite honestly, I haven't heard the word schmuck, asshole, and fuck you so often from so many young girls and so many old men in a long time.
As a Jew and as American, I want Palestinians and Jews to live in peace. I want you to have your own state, which you could have had 3 times. You could have had in 48 when you stopped. You could have had it after 67 when you said we're not going to even talk to you. You could have had it when Ehud Barak offered it to you, and you could have had it when Omer offered it to you. Instead of wanting to accept it, you really don't want to accept the state. I hope you do. I hope you live in peace.
Who am I?
I don't know who you are.
Installed thousands of bomb shelters, and you're calling us crimes against humanity? Yeah, bomb shelter because of God, because of the Hamas. Because of Hamas in Gaza. How is that?
We have every right to be worried because people strap bombs to themselves and doing excuse that.
Okay. You don't want it occupied, then stop killing Jews, okay? It's real simple.
Oh, I'm
everybody that wants.
That's called racism. Okay.
Let me tell you. Really?
I have Arab friends, and I'm an Israeli Jew, and I have Arab friends from Israel that are perfectly comfortable in Israel. I have him as a Facebook friend. Look me up, Mark Biedas. His name is Ahmed. No, his name is... No, I swear to God. Ahmed Alayan and Maor Indapurker. I am not kidding right now. We can't give up the weapon because the second we give up our weapons, you attack us. You're not understanding.
Never in my entire life have I heard a racist story about a Palestinian.
Evidence of racism against Arabs by Israelis, you should actually look at the rhetoric that Israeli prime ministers use. Like, for example, Netanyahu, Golda Meir. Golda Meir once said...
I've never heard either of them say it. Never.
Golda Meir said the Palestinians don't exist. She said she had...
Well, technically, she was correct because before '67, there were indigenous Arabs there. They were not called Palestinians.
And one life is not more important than any other life. And every life is important.
Exactly.
And
so once the Palestinians value their own lives more than killing Jews, there will be peace once that happens. So put that in your video.
Who didn't want to take that land over? Who didn't agree to a two-state solution? The Palestinians!
Really? That's not true.
It's your land! We fought a war and we won! It's our land!
It wasn't a war.
You don't seem well. You're making me throw up. You're gonna be okay. I got some lecture for you. For justice. With justice and peace, you'll feel better.